So see what people are saying. Oh yeah, I want them Wickless candles cleaned. Obviously, do you know what that really? Look at that. If I don't know if my alert does my alert. Yeah, my alert shows. Look at that. Like, that's a bit of a wind up. That's trolling me. Yeah, that's a bit of a troll. That the fact that we didn't actually take previous week low, but we did on Bybit USD, which was the only exchange it was taken on. Which is yeah, it's a bit confusing. Kind of puts me in an awkward position this week, but I'll just trade whatever the chart gives. We was at a previous week premium. We rallied into the order block, tapped it to perfection, retraced. We've left equal lows. Them lows are, as somebody said in the group, Asia low, London low, equal, naked daily pivot below. We've also, obviously New York's just, the kill zone's just opening now. It's what, 7 a.m. I'll hide that now. We don't need to see that. But yeah, them equal lows. Yeah, I'd expect them to be ran, especially like the way they've set it up with the pivot just below. We've got some Wickless candles. Small imbalance left to fill. That would also take us just back into a discount of this rally. Obviously, there's the 50% point of it, so that would drop us just down nicely. We've got our previous day's equilibrium here as well, so that's an important level. Any order blocks? Okay, maybe. Like, got like a little. It's not. I don't like it at all, really. There wasn't really an impulsive move, but we did move away and break market structure off it, and it hasn't been back tested, so potentially I don't like it at all. In fact, I hate it, but it would be at a discount. Okay. My overall goal, I still want. We've got that NIB up here. Got order block, supply zone. Would fill the imbalance. Still want this testing. I'd like it to hold though now. Rally into it and test it would be really nice. Would give a nice short. Obviously, I'll wait for the reaction. I'd like to hit it, get a 15-minute breaker structure to the downside, and then obviously I'll catch a retracement into an FVG. Could preset at it. You've got a very small invalidation. What would that look like? Want it just a bit above, so even if you had it at the high, and you target and move back down and remain range bound, still gives a 5-to-1 RR. Obviously you could refine that much better, get with the equilibrium, and this is why it's key to refine. So we come up with the idea on the higher term time frame. This is the level I want to monitor when that level hits, because this RR isn't good enough. Even if you preset, you could preset like a small 25% position if you really wanted. Like that is probably an example of how you could trade it, so at least you're in the market then. And then if it does get stopped out, you've lost 25% of your initial risk. No drama. But if it hits and dumps, at least you've got a small position. If it hits and starts to break market structure, then obviously you would be up here. You drop onto the lower time frame. I'd watch for the breaking structure. You could always then add to the position on the retracement into a fair value gap before we move down. That's probably how I'd trade it if we got up there. Preset 25%. If it just carries on and I get stopped out, I've lost a small percent. But if we hit it and reject, I'm at least in. And then obviously once we get the boss and we start to look bearish, then I can add more to the position. Today obviously we've got, see, this wouldn't be too bad. We've got, get rid of that, I don't want that on the screen. It's not my original plan was, when we were coming down, my original plan was to hit the order block, clean previous week low, get a bounce. Once we had break of structure, I was then going to long and target previous week premium, because this in theory would then be a defended level and locked. I think 5% probability that we clean the low and the high in the same week. Also, we had an inside week last week, and only on one occasion have we had back-to-back inside weeks. And ironically, I will show you now. I'll do it on, this is worth noting I suppose, but okay, so I'll hide all, everything, don't need these on. Just something worth noting, the last time, the only time we've ever had back-to-back inside weeks was 24th of May 21. This is an inside week from this week, and this 31st of May 2021. This is an inside week from this week. So yeah, they're the only two back-to-back inside weeks in the history of Bybit anyway. So it would be quite crazy if the next one, seeing how obviously this is an inside week of this week, but that is such a narrow range. Obviously on this exchange, 633, 659. Oh, so it didn't actually take it on. Oh, this is Tether, that's why. But yeah, same applies anyway. That's the only time we've had an inside week. On BTC USD, you can see we did, obviously, if I put it on 28600, 28595, we took the low by $5 on USD, so we won't be getting back-to-back inside weeks on this pair, Bybit USD. But yeah, same applies to the Tether pair. Only time it's ever happened was this time last year in this consolidation, so we'll see if it happens again. This inside week, last week's inside week, is so small. Our range is, yeah, I'd be very surprised if we didn't. Yeah, if we didn't break one of them. Again today, I'm just looking for shorts really. If we get back up here, I will look for a short. If we run out the Asia highs. As for longs, obviously there's a potential of scalps down here. I don't like this zone really. I suppose it's a small consolidation, could retest and run to new highs, but these equal lows that we have down here, it's the only thing worrying me about longs. Like really worrying me, because I just like them cleaned before I start thinking about longs. Yeah, clean these Wickless candles. Obviously this one wants cleaning as well. I was looking for a short if we if these were left untapped and we ran up here. I was looking, yeah, I was going to potentially short up here for a scalp to come and clean these, but it looks like they're coming for these first. Have we left any more? No. Because potential could scalp down here and target this one. We'd have broke the low, come up, lower high, and then come lower. But until this range breaks, it's literally a case of scalping. I think the best thing to do is trade the extremes. It's what I've been doing all the way. So I've been looking to, whenever price gets up here, looking to build shorts. Whenever we're down here, I'm longing. And then whichever way we break, we break. So I think at least then you're guaranteed to be in the right position. You're going to have a losing trade when we eventually break. That's why I'm not looking for any more longs myself. I'd like these lows ran into this order block, test that. I'd like these highs ran and test that. That's my higher term time frame plans for the rest of the week. What are we on Wednesday? Yeah, I think when we get a test of either of these, that'll be the important time, and it's when I'll be looking to get into a decent position. Of course, I'll sculpt within this range. If we run up, then yeah, I'm potentially looking for a short from either this supply, which is above that wick. What is it? Yeah, you can see we've got a nice little zone here. Would fill the imbalance, clear the wickless candle. I'd look to potentially short. I would monitor it though on like a 1 minute, because yeah, they could run this and mitigate more with the order block before coming deeper. But again, it's a similar situation. The only reason I'd be so content shorting is because we'd be at a premium. These highs, yeah, I want them ran. I've got my alert there, so as soon as that goes, I'll be looking to get into short positions on the lower term time frame, looking for scalps anyway. You'd imagine this wickless candle will get cleaned, as will these, which obviously this could give a potential scalp long. Once these have been cleaned, I'd be drop onto the 1 minute, see if we can get a quick change in market structure, shift in market structure, and then sculpt it back up to these. Yeah, it's until we break the range. It's simple. It's just a simple case of range trading. We all know how to do it. It gets boring after a little bit, but this is when it's easy to make money. It's like so easy. You long the lows, short the highs, and then you leave a little bit of your short running in case we break out to the downside. It also allows you to open your longs. If you're wrong on your long and you get stopped, you've took a small hit, but at least you've still got some of your short running in the right direction. Same applies if we then come down to the lows and start bouncing like we did here. You've got your long open. Once we start breaking structure to the upside, you may as well close out the last part of the short, and then once you've hit your longs, hit targets, I'd leave a little bit running in case we break out the range to the upside, but that also allows you to start opening short positions, and then you're always going to be right. Whichever way we break, you're going to have a position running that way. And I think that's the easiest way of trading it. Obviously, we've got potential for some scalps down here. I don't really like it though. It is at a previous week range discount, but the fact that BTC USD on Bybit took the low kind of makes me feel that these lows won't be kept intact until Sunday, which gives me even more conviction. If we do come up to this zone, I will be looking for shorts. It makes sense to. I'd like to see this high defended, and then we can start, because overall the target is to, for me personally anyway, I would like to fill some of this wick. It's not a nice wick. You see, and as you see in history, they don't get left too often. On the daily, it's disgusting. Yeah, it's a 13% wick. Like, we need some of that sorting. So that's my overall goal. That's why I'd like the run up to the supply. We've got an NIB, there's obviously order block fair value gap, so we'd have range fulfillment, we'd run these highs and then come and start to fill some of this wick. We don't need to fill it all, we don't have to even take the low. I'd prefer it if we did, but I'm not full bear, so I think, yeah, I just don't see another inside week again. It'd just be, no, please, not again. Don't let history repeat itself. Yeah, I'll have a look at. I think like Bitcoin's really easy. Like we're and I think Ethereum's pretty much the same. We're in a range. We've got some nice equal highs. We've got some nice equal lows. The decent trade will come when one of these get run. We've got a nice zone above the highs. We've got a nice zone just below the lows. When this gets run, does this hold? If it doesn't hold, then yeah, I'll probably put like a 25% position in. If we start breaking up, then I will catch a retest, get some more in. But again, it's Wednesday. Yeah, halfway through the week, I'd like these lows cleaned as soon as possible. And if they're not going to, I'd like the run up here as soon as possible. I don't know what news comes today. I need to check before I start. Yeah, I'll have a look at Ethereum. I think it'll be. Oh wow. Okay, so Ethereum has. No, Ethereum's tagged the pivot, didn't it? It didn't give equal lows, so this hasn't got them local equal lows. So this is set a lower low. Yeah, from here bounced, didn't even get. It doesn't look as good. It looks more bearish. Did it run? No, it didn't run previous week low either. Oh wow, so we got up to a previous week equilibrium, back up to the breaker. Rejected. So that would have been potential short zone, because of course you would have been up at a premium, back into the breaker, nice rejection. But then we have broken. Let's have a look. Now it'd be interesting to see where Ethereum bounces. I ain't trading it, but I will monitor it, of course. Do we take out the lows? It's pretty. That actually looks worse than Bitcoin. Yeah, that. Right. Yeah, it's already at previous day's equilibrium. So not looking the most bullish for ETH. I'd still like 1300, but we will see. What have we got on it? We've got. Okay, so potential zones. Yeah, like I want this run as well. It's got the similar wick on ETH, so, and we've got similar lows. We didn't actually run the July lows, so it'd be nice to get that run out on Ethereum. This is the level I was targeting, these lows, but I'd be just as happy to run these out into the fair value gap. Yeah, because we've got, this is obviously higher term time frame. I need to get Yeah, yearly S2, that'd be really nice. Run out these lows overall on Ethereum, that'd be ideal. Just want to monitor this. Yeah, they're going to come for them lows. So once these lows have been cleaned, target the Wickless candles. If anyone's in shorts from up here, nice, good work. There was a nice short. I didn't because it hit at, yeah, I think it was like 5 AM my time. And then I was sorting my new phone, so didn't get in any of this. There was for anybody that wasn't short, once we'd left the equal lows, we rallied back up to this little, tiny little order block, tested, down. There wasn't really, no like fair value gaps there. I suppose on the 3 minute maybe. Yeah, hit the imbalance. Also got a 3 minute Wickless. Obviously once these have been cleaned, that's better, because leaving them is just, yeah, we come back for them, so we can't, what's that, is that, oh no, that's got a $1 wick on. So I think I saw Yoda post $1 wick. Yeah, I think if we run these, I'd like a run up to here then, clear this, maybe up to, either run the highs or up to 30123, around that region, drop, clear, up, clear that, and then what happens there obviously can drop onto a lower term time frame, same as down here. Right, bearish structure at the minute, there's no, yeah, obviously you can see there's no reason to be even contemplating longs right now, just monitor it. I think that, yeah, that's them equal lows popped in it virtually, yeah, like $1. So now I'd like to come for the Wickless candles. What have we got down here really? Okay, so we've got the imbalance, I suppose. Maybe. I don't really like it so much, but there is like, and we did leave a fair value gap off it and run to a new high, so I suppose this is a potential, but it's not nice at all. I don't like it. I'd rather be using the body of it. Yeah, I could use the bodies. I don't know. I'd have to see where we come down to, and obviously if we run here and then start breaking on 1 minute. Market, yeah, like you can see, it's just clearly bearish. I'll just monitor it, see what happens. We're going to proper run that low, get these wicks cleared. Yeah, there we go, popped them. Even on the lower term time frame here, you can see when we ran up to that high, we dropped, bust out these lows. It even gave a rally back up on the 1 minute, filled the imbalance, and then started to break down again. Even here was an opportunity to get in, scalping wise. We obviously ran out these lows, came back up into the imbalance, quick drop off, bounced back to the breakup, boom, drop, cleared the equal lows. Like if you miss the initial move and all you're looking for is scalps, there are so many. If you drop onto the 1 minute, 3 minutes, like you can see the opportunities that get left. Like when this bounces and we even start coming back up, the probabilities are we're running this low. So when we come back up, you've got, that was our breaking structure, we retest it, and then we finally come and clear the lows. Again, I'd still like to see these clean, these wickless candles. Yeah, someone asking if I'm recording. Yes, I am. Okay, now I'd like to come for these. If we can get these cleaned, then I'd be happy with that. That's at least a start. There's obviously wicks on them. Again, I don't really like this zone, but right. This has been, you obviously had a order block here. If you missed the original long, once we broke these highs, we trade back down into the order block, and there we go, we're off again. So this was a long opportunity if you missed. There we go, one cleaned. Are we going to come back for it? Come on, fucker. We just dipped into a discount of this rise. That's one of them cleaned. I would still like maybe come back, test the equal lows, and then come and clean this 15-minute one, because we'll just come straight for it. It would obviously fill the imbalance as well, which would be nice. Small imbalance left on the way down. If we leave that and start coming back up, then I'd like it to literally just be a rebalance and then down for more. We'll see. Come on, just run it. On the 1 minute, what have we got? Okay. So that was a quick dip below the wickless candle. Back up. Could potentially retest 295 and then come down. Right, we still have that wickless candle, so I wouldn't like to see us run. Like start bouncing, because that would just be a front. That would just be annoying. I'd like to have seen it cleaned. Obviously, we got the 5-minute one, which was a potential target anyway. So at least that's one of them cleaned. Yeah, like I don't see us leaving a wick that big and not coming back for it. Obviously got the break there. Just come and clean it, that would be nice. Yep. Yeah, that it was nice. I just wicked that. That's obviously the equilibrium. Such a nice run down. Come on, come for it. Once this is cleaned, that will be nice, because then we've literally cleaned the wickless candles that we left on the rally. Obviously FVG, left one above. It was a pretty balance. We did a good job on this rise of balancing the range and leaving no imbalances. Obviously these little retracements help. Come on. We are obviously at a discount in the impulse. So if you were looking for longs, I'm probably not going to. Okay, there's the 15-minute clean. Nice, we got there in the end. Let's see if this tiny little OB actually does anything. Would be good if it did and gave us, because we've got a little bit of fair value gap above. We've got the 30-minute. Come back. Okay, so at least the wickless candles has been cleaned, which would have obviously been target for anyone that's shorted. That would have been my target achieved. Initial target at least. Well, initial target would have probably been the lows. Get a chance to compound. Well, yeah, it's good that that's cleaned. We've obviously now got one above. It's only a 5-minute, but I'd still like them to come back for it at some point. See how deep they want to take us. Yeah, that was good to see. At least it shows that they want these. We obviously had the equal lows as well, which was a big help towards it. So when we run away from it, that would have been a nice opportunity to get in. The fact that they wind everybody up, they leave the equal lows, so you know they're coming for them. So a retest was a nice short, and then we've taken. What happens now is important. Do we move away from the level? Obviously got these little swing highs up here. Nothing too major. You can see we're just popping all of the swing. Every time we create a swing low, we move away from it just to create a swing high, to then come back and break the swing low. Happened here, didn't break. I'd actually like a little bit up now. Obviously it doesn't have to be right now, but I would like to come and clean that wickless candle up here. We've got some nice zones above to retest. We are at a deep previous week range discount, but there isn't really a lot. Right. I think if we start coming down here, then we're likely to run out these lows, which would be really nice. If we can take out all of this, then it's gone and done. That's it. It's gone. It's done. Right. No more fucking around. And then I'd like to see the order block tested. It wouldn't be so bad if we were to come up and clear this first. That would potentially give more shorts. And we are at previous day's equilibrium near enough. We had consolidation at previous day's equilibrium. We move away, we come back, we retest. Does the retest hold? We've obviously clearing them wickless candles is good. I'll just have a quick look at Ethereum. See what. Oh shit! Yeah, it looks like Ethereum's like. Yeah, this is doing worse than Bitcoin today. Anything below it? Shit, man. Not really, is there? Obviously, we've got pivot. Let's see where we are on the weekly pivots. Right. Test. Lost the pivot. Down to S2. So S2 held at least the weekly S2, but yeah, it's got all these lows as well. This looks like it's obviously closer to running previous week low than Bitcoin, which it is. I'd be interested to see if this runs for it. Obviously Bitcoin would likely as well, but how deep would Bitcoin get to previous week low at the same time? Like, if I had my own, like, if it was up to me, what would happen now? We've cleaned these candles. I'd like to come for this one. Wow, what was I doing then? Yeah, I think that would be a nice zone to test. Let's say 1 minute. What are we on? Okay. So yeah, at least we're getting monitor for a minute and see what happens. This is obviously the yeah, that was our demand zone. Okay, yeah. That's better. So we had our demand zone, impulse away, break market structure. Order block wasn't very nice, but we left the fair value gap with a wickless candle. We come down, clean them into the equilibrium of demand and maybe rally. Even if it's just to clean something to like rebalance would be nice. Start breaking above this little 1 minute order block. I'd be interested to see if we can get back above the breaker at 29556. But yeah, but as you can see, that's not the most bearish move away. We'll see what happens. Yeah, you can see, like, quite easy. We have sort of nasty looking order block with a big wick. After that we have our demand zone. We rally away, leaving the wickless candle. We were always likely to come back and test the demand now that we'd left the wickless there as well. Test the demand. I'd like to at least get back like 29577 and like fill this fair value gap. That would be my overall target if we can run this high. This fair value gap, rebalance, take the wickless candle out, and then from there decide. I'm not sure how much draw magnetism it will have. It's a 5 minute. I've not done any back testing on it. I know the 15 minutes and above are quite good, but we'll see. Okay, so we rebalanced half of that candle. Yeah, for me to even, like, obviously you could have scoped along, but I don't like presetting, especially not at a zone like this. I wasn't convinced on it. So it's not like I'd preset here. Some people may. I prefer to protect my capital. Like if I preset on a wickless candle and we just wreck through it, then I got stopped out for no reason whatsoever. I'd rather see some strength come in around the level. Do we get it? Is that strength? Not really. Well, not at the minute. We've hit what, 50% of the impulse candle down, so we have halfway rebalanced. That I'd want to see a move up and start showing me some strength before I'd even contemplate a long. I've been going for 40 minutes. I wanted to have a look at the DXY, see what this bad boy's doing. Okay, yeah, this is what I wanted yesterday. I think I said it, in fact I did say it on the stream. I said I'd like to retest. We've obviously got a retest of the low. That's nice. I would like to at least retest this order block zone and rebalance. If we can get that, then obviously see what happens there. But like I was saying to Bendy earlier, and I'd like he posted a similar thing. I'd like to take the high again and then come for a lower low, and then from there see what happens. But yeah, until then, we just have to wait, see what happens. Obviously, we are at a key level for it to retest. Is it fully gone? Is it actually touched it? Go to the path. Oh yeah, wow, like almost perfect retest. I'd still like this retested, and then we'll see what happens from there. But it could be good, because if we get that one more run up, run out these highs, maybe, or could it, or maybe not. We'd have to see. Obviously, I'd like to see next week where we are before I get too excited that this could be a top. We are of course at like a higher term time frame level that it could reverse up, but one high up, broke the low, retest. Yeah, I'd like to see what happens when it retests and gets back within this little range. I did want to see this tested down at like 100.6, so we'll see what happens. Also, these are obviously a big level I'm watching, this range from March to like the March range. There's some important lows. They're a long way off, but yeah, you would expect them to be cleared at some point or targeted at some point. It would be nice. Yeah, but DXY has looked so bearish, so let's see what it can do now. Obviously not right now, I mean like this for the rest of this week. Can we start rallying back up and retesting some of these zones that we've left to mitigate? Can we mitigate some of these? Does it send us lower? Do we break through? Obviously when it happens we'll know, but I would like to see that retested. It would show a little bit of strength. Rejecting here would be, and then coming down here, yeah, that wouldn't be too great. But we will see what happens. Obviously, that's the zone I've got my eye on to the upside, and obviously where we are now, that's massively important. But I'll keep my eye on that and check it again. In fact, I will add an alert there. See what happens when we get back there. Yeah, see, there's just no strength away from that level. Just filled 50% of the imbalance. So we're going to come for a new low, we'll see. But it's not like, okay, we did, so we came back and retested. If this holds and we can run to new highs, then that's not too bad. If we could start breaking up here, but yeah, it looks more probable that we're going to continue lower. And this is why I wasn't really too interested in longing at this level. I just thought it'd be interesting to be, well, wow. I thought it'd be interesting to be talking about it whilst it happens, because then wickless candles were always the target. Yeah, but yeah, like it was just a little rebalance. That was the only reason we moved up. People take profits, move away. We've obviously got idiots opening longs here as well, thinking that they're going to get a good run, but chances are they've just been wrecked, or will be. Like, so this is, if we can break back above this level, which is still at a discount of the previous week's range. So if we can get back within here and show some strength, then yeah, I could look for potential longs and maybe Sculpt looking for a backup here. But yeah, it just doesn't look to me, it just doesn't look great at the minute. If you missed the short, then you missed out, obviously, for now. I think this is a next potential. No guarantees, it could just blast through, because if we get back up to them ways, like I say, them equal highs are a big target. But they're not looking probable right now. Downside is, well, unless this holds, we'll see. Anyone got any questions? I've got the voice channel questions open. If anyone wants to ask anything, or if they want me to look at a coin or anything, let me know. Because I've literally just sat chilling. I think higher term time frame, I still want. I'll show you something now. Let me just hide all of my analysis and just leave the fractals on for now. Indicators. Let me just find where. I have to search on Discord. Okay, yeah, 24k. So 24k is the 2021 yearly pivot. Oh, really? Okay. I'll tell you what. My shit is so messy now. I think I'm going to delete it all and start again. Do you know what? Fuck off, all of you. That's how important analysis is. It can be redone in like 5 seconds. So 24k. That was my original target. That's the yearly pivot. I think it's actually more just on, I think it's a little bit above that. That's not like 100% accurate. It's around about this imbalance. So it's like 24,000 and something, but yeah, I'd still like these run out. I don't like the wick. The last, I'll show you the last week I wanted an inside week, if you remember. I said, yeah, I'd like an inside week. It'd be really nice. We'd had a nice expansion to the downside. We'd retraced. So inside week was probable. This week I wanted a Judas week. I wanted to run the lows and the highs, because as you can see, what do we have here? This week we run the low and the high, and obviously that pumps us. Again here, Judas week, decent move. There was a few more, like the times it happens, it's we had one here, we had the Judas here, we had a Judas here which marked the all-time high. So we do tend to get decent moves after them. That's why I wanted it. I wanted this zone down here. But we will see. So far on the daily, oh, we're at a daily low, are we? Yeah, obviously we're moving lower. Oh, I actually just deleted it. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, we'll see if this holds. I wouldn't like bet on it. I won't be trading that this will hold. See no reason at all yet to be opening longs. As you can see, we ran up to the little order block, back down, probably going to run for new lows, and then from there, what have we got? There isn't really a lot, is there? Obviously the daily pivot has now been tagged. Where's that? Daily, 1 day. Yeah, that's now tagged. S1 is on this low. So running this would take us to our daily S1, that 29k, that would be okay, I suppose. What else is there down? There's not a lot of rebalancing to do. Obviously we've got, where would our optimal trade entry zone be? Yeah, down around here. I don't like that this zone's already been mitigated. We're back into this. This has been done as well. Yeah. It's not great. I would like this to hold, to be honest, but look, Asia run us up. London move us down. New York looked to be carrying it on. I actually wanted a little move up so I could get in another short. Doesn't look like Lee. But obviously these are our 62% level. I don't like it. We'll see. If we can get a bounce away from here, then obviously I'll change my mind and I will like it a little bit more, but these are like, hide that. They're a bit equal, a bit clean for me, even though it's the 1 minute, still a bit clean. We're obviously well below daily open. What time is it? Okay, so it's nearly 8 o'clock New York. So we keep 8:30 and 9:30, get some nice moves. Obviously, if we run to a new low now, on the lower term time frame, I'd be interested in this level breaking. That's really low scalping. And that's not for a trade, that's just to see even a little bit of strength, which would be putting in a local high on the 3 minute. Which isn't the most amazing thing. Well, that level could hold. If it holds, that would be good. Yeah, it's like literally a little 5 minute order block, which isn't a great zone. But we will see. Like I say, I think I want these lows running out overall this week. Like, they're way too clean. Like, far too clean. And then of course this is still the only zone I'm targeting. The biggest zone. We've got our supply and inhibition. Right, so the previous week range is equilibrium. Yeah, so that's all that really matters. Like, if you run above here, obviously we're on the 1 hour. This is where I want. I'm looking for a short here. I'm looking for a long down here. I will scope it, but this doesn't look the strongest at the minute, does it really? I can't open a long when we're doing this, especially after that. Show me some strength. Yeah, I'm gonna go, unless anybody else has got any questions, post them in the voice channel questions. I'm gonna go off. I think the levels to monitor to the up and down side are like the clear as fuck. We are range bound until we break. Trade the range. We all know how to range trade. Longs at the lows, shorts at the highs. You're going to lose eventually when it breaks out, but we have a nice zone just below that. We have that order block just below these lows, and we have above these highs we have the NIB order block, supply zone, big fair value gap to fill. 29.8 is a 30-minute GG candle. Let me have a look, mate. Not on FTX. That's got a $1 wick. That's got a $1 wick. Yeah, you can see that's literally just got a wick, tiny little wick. Then maybe on another exchange there is, which is 29. Yeah, that one. No, there is. Open 29779, high 29780. I will check on Bybit, see if they have. And there you go. Thank you, mate. Right, so Bybit. Got a wickless candle there. That's nice. Yeah, that's good. Thank you, mate. Cheers, Reds. I didn't see that, mate. Obviously, I don't like this exchange. I prefer FTX. So yeah, that's obviously a target. 29800. Is it on the USD pair? Oh yeah, it's on here as well. And that is on the USD pair. That is also one. They're both wickless on USD pair. So that's like what, high of 30039.5. So if we were to run back up and clear that, I have only ever watched them on FTX, so it will be interesting. So this one is obviously the wickless one, which would of course run me up into the zone I wanted. The theory behind the wickless candles, they get cleaned, mate. Like, we don't leave them. If you see the candles with wicks, they get cleaned. It's literally not anything I discovered. I can't even remember who was on about it. I'm not going to be able to give credit to the actual person. A few people have mentioned it. There's an indicator that actually counts wickless candles, and you'll see like how many get left behind. If the person who is actually found it has got a mic and they're in here, then feel free to say what the indicator is. Let me have a look. Actually, I think there's one called Ghost Wickless Candles. Let's try this. Let's try, shall we? Okay. There you go. You can see wickless bullish candles. So 2% of bullish wickless candles are left. 1.89%. Is that time frame dependent? Yeah, obviously. So on like the 15-minute, I'm assuming this means Only 4% of Wickless, bullish Wickless candles are left. Obviously the higher time frame, we leave 2% of Wickless candles, the rest get cleaned. Obviously the higher the time frame goes up, you'd imagine, yeah, so like we've left 7,061, yeah, so we've only left 2% of Wickless candles on the 4 hour and only 0.76% of daily Wickless candles left. So as you can see, like when we leave them, we go back and clean them. First time I've used this indicator, actually, that's pretty cool. So on the 30 minute, 3.47% of, there you go. Anyway, as you can see, this is all I was shown. I was shown that they get clean. I started monitoring it, and yeah, they, like, not always, not every single candle. Obviously the higher term time frame, if you see, there you go. We've got no Wickless bullish candles on the weekly, and only 2 bearish candles. But yeah, that was a good question. Thank you. Like, I will get the, I will see if someone will come on and see if and explain like the full theory. Yeah, it's we always take out the opens of these candles at some point. From what I've been monitoring lately, no worries, mate. From what I've been monitoring lately on these lower term time frame ones, they're really good intraday. Like as you can see, we leave these down here. We have our impulse up. We all of it, and we just come back from. It's not something I trade off of, but what I do like to do is use it as targets. So if I had a shorted up here, I know we've got this Wickless candle. That would obviously be a take profit for me. Like you can see, this marks the Wickless candles that are left, and you can see how quickly they get cleaned. That's left Wickless, that's left Wickless. We come down, fill the imbalance, come and clean them out. This gets left Wickless, that one wicks. This one we move away, we come back down and clean it. This one gets left, we come and clean it. So yeah, it's the amount of times they get clean. Actually, this is a good indicator. Interesting. But yeah, like with that being on the other exchanges, with this being a Wickless candle, I would expect it to be cleaned, and it would be nice if we would actually find support off this demand zone. Yeah, I'm gonna do some back testing on alts, mate. I've got so much stuff I need to test, but I'd like to see these clean. Now that I know these are Wickless on other exchanges, it'd be nice to come up here, clean these. We've got a nice supply zone up here. I'd like to see whether that holds or not. And this is obviously moving into, once we get back up at these levels, these are, as you can see, this was a order block rejected. If we had I want this zone tested. Like these highs, once they're clean, then I can start making some nice plans and start getting into some better trades. But for now, it's just literally scoping the range. We're at a discount. I'm looking for these to at least test this order block, or well, actually no, test the supplies, and then I'll take it from there. Clean that Wickless supply zone, and we'll see. At the minute, we're back testing the daily pivot. If that rejects us, then we'll see what happens. But I'm going to be about on the Discord anyway. If anyone else has got any questions about anything, I will have a look actually. What's the damn, these are all at nice prices, aren't they? Dot. Oh, it took it then, did it? Turn the pivots off on this. And these levels. I think, as you can see here, Wickless candles on Forex, 8%. So it's not, yeah, I'd say it's not as reliable to use. Somebody asked me yesterday about using it on Forex. For this reason, I wouldn't. They're still relatively good numbers, I suppose. 3%. Yeah, I'd suggest like each person would have to try it for themselves. But I don't use it on Forex. Where are we? We're coming up to... Alright, so it's 8 o'clock. 10 past 8. True daily open on Euro. Down movement. Took out this low. So that was our... Okay. Interesting. This is, I just marked out this week's price action on the Euro, like open at midnight, true day open, rally. Tuesday high of the week. I actually wanted a Wednesday high of the week, but it's not looking great now that we've broken these lows. Reason being, I wanted to test this zone here. Yeah, I wanted to test that, but it looks like they've gone for a previous day low instead. They've given me a Wednesday high, so it looks like probably could get some down movement. Especially if the XY starts to rally. We've obviously got order block here. It could find some support off and come for set a lower high now that we've got a lower low. We've got news, haven't we? What news have we got today? Oh, what's this? Durable goods orders. Nice. It's going to affect the dollar. Font minute. Nice. Ascension day. That's tomorrow. GPT growth rate. Okay. What's the pound saying? My currency's so shit. Yeah, I wanted lower. Yeah, I wanted lower on this. Overall, this was where I sort of wanted. I wanted to run below 120. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get it though. This would bounce. If we have rejected here, yeah, maybe I could still get the level I want. I'd obviously want this to be run around the same time that DXY was putting in a new high. Same for the Euro. This is the level I wanted to be run. It's obviously been front run, but that's now left us with Let me just hide this apart from you. It's obviously left us with a double bottom here. So again, I wanted Euro to come back down one more time at the same time as DXY is running the highs again one more time, and then obviously we'd be able to we'd leave some swing like here. This is obviously, I wanted the rejection to come from there. That's why I wanted a Wednesday reversal. I wanted one more move up into this, reject, come for a new low, as DXY was setting a new high, but we'll see. Seems like might not get it now. I have to monitor next week for that, unless we get some movement the next few days. So I'd look for 20 pip scalps and whatever. Okay, so it actually has rallied off of it a little bit. Nothing amazing, but I suppose it's more bullish than just keep going down. Yeah, lows being protected. Highs now getting popped. Be interested to see what happens when we get back to, where was it? Obviously there. Yeah, if we can get back inside there, then we've obviously got you to be mitigated. But again, it's only, haven't even filled the first imbalance yet, so no point even thinking about higher prices. Come back to test. This is a 1 minute Wickless. Yep. Yeah, we need quite a lot of them on the 1 minute. But again, they get tapped. Alright, anyway, that's me done. They're the levels I'm watching out for. I think we're just range bound, just trade it. As long as you trade safe, keep risk management in check. For me, always, I always trade with 1% risk. If I'm laddering into a position, 2 ladders, 0.5% risk on each. Once I've lost a trade, I drop my risk to 0.5%. Yeah, until I've recovered the loss, and then I'll go back up to 1% risk. We all have losses. Nothing to get too stressed about, and we all go on. And people have runs of losses, so losing runs. So yeah, that's why I think after you've had a loss, just lower the risk management. Stops them massive drawdown periods where you just keep losing 1% after 1% after 1%, and then even when you win a trade and you win a couple of percent, you're still so far behind. By doing this, you can just stop that drawdown so that drawdown curve isn't so steep. If you lose again when you're 0.5%, lower it to 0.25. Just get back on the winning track, and then start upping it again once you've recovered some of your losses, especially in these ranges. I think you've got a clear zone identified as where to look for longs in your discount. You've got a clear zone identified where to look for longs in your premium, where to look for shorts in your premium. It's quite a compact range. In fact, it's a very compact range. So yeah, that's just trade the range until it breaks, guys. Shorts appear. You can see where my alerts are. These are obviously not for scalps. These are where I can look to get into some maybe longer term time frame trades. If I can get in a short up here, I would be looking for down here. If we take down here and I can get in a long again, I'd be looking to target this zone. But yeah, that's me done. Anyway, thank you guys. We'll do some altcoins. Actually no. Oh yeah, maybe tomorrow. I might do some altcoins tomorrow. If anyone wants in the voice channel questions section, if anyone wants to post some altcoins, we can have a look at them tomorrow. But yeah, until then, thank you for joining, guys. Goodbye.